정보석 2.
얼어붙은 상으로 떠납니다.
Welcome to map number 3, down in the bottom right in the purple, losing that last one. It is Stats.
His opponent bringing it back with some great disruptor play. It is Neeb, the foreign hope, the American Protoss, once Terran many years ago, switched to Protoss and is now finding incredible success on an international level here, moving to Korea, training in Korea, qualifying on lag through the NA qualifiers, defeating other top North American pros, coming here to the studio, going out of groups 4-0, defeating practice partner Pet 3-2, and now ties 1-1 here with Stats. 2 wins away from being the first foreigner to ever reach a StarCraft 2 Korean finals.
It's really a fantastic story when you think about it, for sure. Can he keep up the pressure here against Stats and potentially win this third game? That's the real question. You know, mirror builds for now. Both these players have been going for 2 gateway to start. No crazy shenanigans on the bigger maps trying to go for an earlier Nexus, nothing like that. Not like the Trap versus Patience series where I believe it was Trap that was going for, 2 Zealots at a time and then would cancel them and go for a Nexus.
Yeah, not really going to happen on this map, though, I imagine. It's just too risky, too greedy to do that build. When you've got Blink potentially against you, you could just straight up die. And we'll see the 2 Adepts from both here in the first 2 gates, I imagine. Unless one really wants to commit to the Stalkers. Stats waits for a second, but then we'll do that 2 Adept as well. Stylistically, these 2 players do not go Stalker first because they want to use this Adept control to get vision. And Stalkers are never really going to be able to get vision. They may be able to kill the Adepts, they may be able to give you a slight advantage in that regard, and give you follow-up pressure. But look at this, we're going to see Stats go for Stargate. I was expecting Stargate perhaps on our 4th or 5th sets in this series from him, but he's going for it again here. It's his 2nd time since Galactic Process. He is just jumping into this right away, very early, even before his 3rd and 4th Adepts. And if Neeb gets wind of this, obviously he can prepare. He was going to start a Nexus much faster, and will anticipate these shades.
See if Stats commit. He does, and he is ahead of Neeb here. Maybe he wants to force out some overcharges, but Neeb has 2 more Adepts on the way. And he's going to go for his own Stargate, funnily enough, after the Nexus.
I feel like what he's doing with this is when he sees that there's no Nexus, Neeb has played against Stats enough times to know, although he does cancel it. I was going to say, I think Neeb has played against Stats enough times to know that this is a map where he goes Stargate a lot, so he wants to blind counter it with Phoenixes versus the Oracle. But he cancels the Stargate and makes a Robo instead after scouting Stats' Stargate, so he's got a different plan here entirely. And let's not forget, when we saw Zest try to use Oracles against Neeb, it was shut down so hard. He found like less than 1 probe kill. And
found half a probe kill, did a little bit of damage perhaps. This 1 Adept is going to be sniped out. Nice catch there for Neeb. And, I mean, I like the choice. He's going to be able to defend. He didn't make any Stalkers. He's going to make some now. But he should be able to defend with 2 Stalkers
oh my God,
and the overcharges.
Commits to these Shades as well. And now he's going to use this Oracle to defend, but it's going to cost him both of his Adepts. And also this means this Oracle is not going to do probe damage. Will kill Adepts only. And if Neeb actually micros correctly, he won't even lose all of them. Look, he's going to Shade. Okay, I guess he just barely could not Shade away. But either way, this Oracle did not get probe damage done, which is okay, because Neeb had the better Adept count anyways and had the faster Nexus. In fact, he's already mining from that Nexus. Even if the Oracle went into the main base, he had 3 pylons ready, as you guys could see here.
4
even, yeah, and the Stalkers.
He's got the square of defensive pylons, man. He is so prepared.
Yeah, 2 Stalkers were out. He made those gates, and the Warp Gates got 2 more. And he's going to stick with those Stalkers for the time being. Let's see if he can find damage here. The Stalkers are actually away, and a quick target here. Oh, loses 1 Oracle, 3 probes in total.
He's got his other 4 Stalkers here for the defense and the natural. And Stats, once again, he commits to that Forge. We didn't see that really work out for him in game number 2 because he kind of started them early, but Neeb eventually caught up, and his Disruptor Micro was just a bit better. And,
yeah,
Disruptors, they don't care about upgrades, right?
Exactly.
You can have, +3, but it just doesn't matter when the Disruptor blows up your army.
Yeah, upgrades don't get more hit points. They don't give you barriers. They just give you more attack damage or defense damage, which Purification Novas ignore. This Forge timing here is very similar to what we saw from Neeb last game. It's also a little bit later. So Stats is going to be a whole cycle of upgrades ahead, as you were just talking about. But this does mean that Neeb is going to be transitioning. He's not planning some sort of timing attack or anything like that. He is going to go into a third base. He is going to go into further upgrades. He's getting Blink again right now. This will help him deal with the Stargate tech. Now, Stats, he dealt with Disruptors in game 1 with Phoenixes. And in game 2, he just tried to make his own Disruptors, skipped Archons, and just fought Disruptor versus Disruptor. In this game, he could use the Phoenixes early on. Oh, nice snipe if he gets that probe, delaying the third base. He could use these Phoenixes to shut down Warp Prism Harass, and then later on, pick up the Disruptors again, should Neeb decide to go down that tech route. And I think he will, based on what he's shown us so far. He really wants to deny this this third base, and it's working really well for him so far. Oh, look at this. 4 gates first.
Yeah,
you see Stats doesn't have a third.
Getting that down, and he's got that Observer, as you said, in perfect position. Knows exactly when that's coming here. Stats could snipe it if he knew it was there. And Neeb still has not gotten this third base. Is he going to go for some kind of timing here? He's getting that Blink. He's committed to that in all 3 games. And if you get a bunch of gateways in here, you warp in a ton of Stalkers and try to shut that down, you can get a big advantage here. And, maybe he's thinking in his mind, okay, Stats thinks I'm going for a third base 100%. And he actually is going to go for a third base here, it looks like. But he still could go for some kind of pressure here in this game.
This feels purely reactionary, what Neeb is doing. He keeps scouting. Saw the Templar Archives going up. You saw the Forge is spinning. And Stats' third is late. I think the idea is if he gets a third really greedily without his gates, because Stats was also getting gates, which he did see, he knows he can punish this with his Blink. If it doesn't happen, he reacts. He just gets his own third base. And he knows his Forge is spinning as well. He's going to actually be, if he starts this right away, only a little bit behind. And this game looks like it's just going to kind of stabilize and normalize here. I think Stats is slightly ahead with the upgrades that he has coming here. But it's still a very even game. It's just a tiny lead for Stats here. Continuing to scout is Neeb. Still has that Observer, actually, which is running away right now. It's very important. Remember, vision control allows you to do drops. There's Observer I'm talking about going up to check here. Allows you to do drops, allows you to spot drops, allows you to see the army, its composition. It's very important. Hallucination also as well, which is why these 2 players have more than 1 sentry here. And the force fields are going to be basically useless going forward.
Yeah, very true. Neeb, it looks like he wants to commit to a couple of Adepts here once again. He's been pretty consistent with that kind of harass, throwing out a couple of Adepts to do some economic damage, get a lead there. But as you were saying before, Stats still in the lead in terms of probes, in terms of economy. Very small lead, but it still does matter. Neeb trying to even that up perhaps. Still has those Adepts on the right side of the map. No doubt going to try to shade into the natural here.
All right, more Prism coming out here for Stats. He wants to start putting on heavier pressure. The Disruptor tech for Neeb is coming up as well. The Adepts do get 4, maybe 5 kills here.
Get 5,
yeah. 5
5
kills, very nicely done. And he does see the Phoenix over here as well. So he knows that against his Disruptor tech, this time there will be Phoenixes. He knows at least 1 already on the map. And let's see how he decides to go forward here. Starting that second robo, looks like he really does want to commit to this.
Maybe he wants to make so many Disruptors that the amount of Phoenixes that Stats has does not matter, because there's going to be some Disruptors that fire anyway if you have enough. And for now, he hasn't made any. He does have 4 Immortals out of that robotics facility. And Stats now, it looks like he wants to move out. We'll see if he actually commits to the attack, not going down the middle path. That can be quite dangerous when you're facing a Protoss and get that that ramp force fielded.
Look at this Observer on the left side, though. I mean, or actually it was a Stalker in this case. Vision is so important. He knows this is coming. He wants to get these Disruptors out. This first one is
More
not
pylons.
up here. Make another pylon. Yeah, he's got 4 already.
Wants to snipe units before the fight even happens. Neeb, he's preparing so much. Shades, actually.
To block the ramp, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think Stats can commit here.
No,
he's even got his barriers on autocast, 2 of them going off. And just with the pylons, even if you have a slightly better army, the pylons are going to be better. The warpins are going to be more in place for Neeb.
All right, this time he does not block the ramp. Looks like Stats is not going to commit. Looks like Neeb almost wanted him to do that based on the fact that he did not block. Okay, we're going to see a 4 adept drop into the natural, but Neeb is going to commit, and there's no way to dodge this one. Oh my God, the damage! Oh, poor Stats. He's going to feel that one in the morning.
And Stats, he has to back off. He knows that he cannot attack. Neeb at the same time losing 12 probes. Some significant economic damage being done here. Is Neeb going to commit to a counterattack? That is the question.
I'd say he absolutely can, and he should. He's 30, 40 army supply ahead right now. He's got a large army count. There are 2 Phoenixes on the map, and even without disruptors, he wins this fight. He absolutely can stop this 4th base. He can switch his Chronos over.
I think that's 11 adepts that he got with that 1 disruptor. That is unbelievable damage.
Even on upgrades right now.
Gonna kill the rocks to get a better angle here.
All Neeb has to do back at home is switch his Chronos to pro production. He can catch right back up. Here we go.
He's in position, and a huge hit goes off once again. Neeb committing to the fight now.
Oh, look, hits another Archon here. He's just gonna blow these pylons up. Another shot goes up on the Zealots and Immortals. Neeb is gonna win this 3rd game here. GG! Neeb
taking the lead 2-1 and is now on match point to go to the finals of the KeSPA Cup. Just better play out of Neeb straight up. The disruptor control is unbelievable out of this kid, and he is so close to doing the undone here for a foreigner in Korea. 1 match away. Stats, he doesn't seem to have the answer here in this set.
He's having trouble, it seems like stylistically, he's not really favoring Disruptor Tech himself, but at the same time, he's having trouble dealing with Neebs. And we'll see if he decides to switch things up on Sejong into a Phoenix-based opening from Stargate. Not an Oracle build, but a Phoenix build, trying to control the air. I feel like against the style that Neeb is showing, where he eventually techs and Disruptors, having Phoenixes harass, do poke damage, control a 3rd base with those, find a lot of, control of the map, because vision has also been a problem for Stats in this series. If he can do that, perhaps he can use those Phoenixes to stop Neeb's Disruptors. But if he just plays straight up the same way he has in these first few games, I think Neeb closes the series out.
Yeah, Neeb is just out-controlling him. He's out-positioning him, out-maneuvering him. We saw that on Frost. He lost the first game. It was a very close game, though. And Neeb is taking control of the series and gaining Korean fans at the same time. Korean fan out there saying Neeb Whiting, as well as his last name there in Korean. And can Neeb close it out, though? King Sejong Station. He wants to end it here, get that 3-1. He does not want to go to that last game. But I'm feeling the hype, man. I feel like Neeb has got this,
I feel like
he's so close.
He's so close. Stats, of course, pride on the line here and a lot of money. If he wins this, he may very well face his teammate in the finals.
Yeah, definitely could happen here. No doubt TY is the favorite on the other side of the bracket. Guys, game number 4 is starting right now. Get out there and tell your friends that Neeb, he wants to defeat Stats here in this series. Let's go to King Sejong Station.